Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
What is up, everybody? It is Hobbs back here with you for Dollar Tree Theater. And bear with me here because I am exhausted, folks. Before I get started, I want to thank everybody that's contributing to the GoFundMe account for Amanda. She is very appreciative, and there will be videos to come on that. And I just want to say a quick shout out to everybody that's donated. Thank you so much. It means the world to us, and especially to her. Her surgery is set for January the 3rd at 8 o'clock in the morning. And hopefully she'll come out on top. Anyways, we're here to talk about Paradise Lost on Dollar Tree Theater. Now, this is the third installment of the original series. There was a original documentary, then there was a second follow-up, and this is the third documentary. Basically, it's kind of the follow-up to this particular series. Now, this is not a movie. It's not a franchise. It is a documentary called Paradise Lost. And let's talk about this a little bit. So, we're talking about three guys that are being put on death row, essentially, for attempted murder. They're also known as the West Memphis Three. Now, really only one of them has been set for death row. The other two have been kind of put behind bars, almost for life behind bars. And there's a lot to this story. You have Jesse Misskelley, you have Jason Baldwin. And then you have the people that they feel are the most biggest instigator, Damien Echols. So let me tell you a little bit about this particular documentary. If you've not seen Paradise Lost, it is a ride that you'll never see again in life. It is the most unbelievable documentary, one of the biggest documentaries I've ever seen. So these three boys, Misskelley, Baldwin, and Echols, are accused of murdering three other boys. And this is in West Memphis, Arkansas. And that's why they call them the West Memphis Three, because they are accused of killing three other boys that were out and about, riding their bikes near this creek bed. And later on, all three boys ended up being found bound and drowned inside of the creek. Well, there's so much behind this. There's just so much. You know, so all three of the boys were arrested, and without actually having proof that they were there for the case, they were arrested because everybody feels that these boys, because they listen to Metallica, because they listen to Pantera, because they dabble in the black arts a little bit, there's just the assumption that they are trying to worship Satan and that they killed these three other little boys. Now, let me tell you, folks, this is graphic. There are graphic parts of this film. Because this is documentary, so you're going to see real-time stuff with this. Real-time shit here. And basically, the first two documentaries are... The first documentary, I seen it when I was very, very young. I think I was about maybe 16, and it scared the piss out of me because I really thought the boys did it. I had no inkling that, or thought in my mind that they didn't do it. The second documentary came up, other people were being accused of being the ones that killed the three little boys at the creek bed. This one comes up, and now you're starting to realize that, man, they probably had nothing to do with this. But the court system is so messed up that they have to find a way to get out, because one of them was actually up for death row, which is Damien. So for the better part of 20 years, you know, they are trying to fight to get out of court, trying to fight to save their own lives, so they're presumed guilty. Now, this particular case had so much notoriety that Metallica was involved. They do a lot of the songs for these documentaries because they support these guys, the West Memphis Three. The Dixie Chicks are in there. A lot of people that you would see just supporting these three young men that are being behind bars, accused of killing three boys. Only because of the music they listened to, some of the things that they were into, witchcraft, black magic, things like that growing up. And they were just assumed to be killers, brutal killers by the city, West Memphis, Arkansas. And it's just such a heartwarming documentary. I mean, you get such a good payoff with this. Now, there are some people out there that still believe that these boys are guilty of killing the other three boys. You get to see backstories, really, of the parents involved. Some of the parents have passed on since the scene. It's just unbelievable. It's just one of the most touching cases that I've ever seen, and it really, really makes you think a lot, about, are we really doing justice correctly in the system? And basically, you don't need to watch the first two documentaries if you can get this. If you can see this at Dollar Tree, this is a must-own, because you can basically catch up on the documentary. One of the kids that was killed, his dad is Mike Byers. He was, they're accusing him of it. He's kind of what people would consider to be crazy, and he's wanting to kill the guys that are behind bars. And there's just so many storylines to this. Just too much to talk to in a review. All I can tell you is, let me know what you guys think about Paradise Lost. Have you seen the original documentary? Have you seen Purgatory? Have you seen the TV show that's out? That's a documentary-based TV show. The problem is the case still has not solved. To this day, they're still trying to figure out who killed those three little boys. But was it the West Memphis Three? That's what you're trying to figure out, folks. Now, I've not opened this because I cherish this DVD. Such a heartwarming story. And also very sad as well at the same time. Very, very sad. Your heart goes out for the families and the boys. But anyways, that is my review of Paradise Lost 3 Purgatory. This series has won a ton of awards. I highly recommend it. Let me know your history with this. Do you know about this case? What are your thoughts? Peace.